So, the future of the DCU is Brainiac. Or at least Superman villain, anyway. I quite like Brainiac as a villain. He's a good villain, right? Bit quick, I think, to bring him in, don't you? Bit quick. It's interesting. But hey, here we are. Brainiac is confirmed as Man of Tomorrow villain as DCU fans debate the future of James Gunn's Superman. So I thought we'd take a look at it. I've not really spoken much about this outside of the Warner Brothers sale, which I think is interesting anyway. The fact that they're just sort of full steam ahead on this, even though there's a potential sale on the horizon. Maybe James Gunn's just trying to get as much done as possible, because I think his contract is actually up next year or the year after, which is when the sale would go through officially, I would imagine. So, anyway, it's interesting. I really like Brainiac, I guess, is the long and short of this. Don't know whether it's too quick to introduce him, though. But I think he's a very, very, very good villain for a Superman movie. So, before we dive into this today, I've got to say, if you could, hit subscribe if you're new here and you enjoy videos like this, or indeed, you're a returning viewer that hasn't yet subscribed. It'd be really good to have you here more often, especially considering YouTube's been doing some weird stuff. Check you're subscribed. YouTube's been a bit of a bugger recently. You would have seen loads of people talking about it, I would imagine. Anyway, it's been a thing. It's been a thing. So, anyway, let's take a look. So the DC Universe has a new antagonist. After months of speculation, it's now confirmed that Brainiac will be the villain in Man of Tomorrow. Now, Man of Tomorrow isn't actually a Superman movie. Well, it is, but it isn't. It's like a multifaceted movie. Supposedly. I don't know. But that's what James Gunn said. It's not a straight up sequel to Superman. It is a Superman movie. Like, he's in it, but it's not a sequel to the Superman. Which is weird, I think. But anyway, never mind. So as the rap says, Superman and Lex Luthor will team up against uber-villain Brainiac in James Gunn's DCU movie Man of Tomorrow, the rappers exclusively learned. And as they tweeted out a little bit more info, they said, since the announcement of Man of Tomorrow, fans have speculated that Brainiac would be the film's eventual foe. Senior film reporter Humberto Gonzalez has confirmed that it will indeed be Brainiac, forcing Luthor and Superman to join forces. An unwitting team up, I think, is always quite fun. So that could be good, right? That could be decent. So the Wrap confirmed the rumours on Thursday. So again, I am quite late on this, but I just thought I'd sit on it and just chat about it, really. But anyway, some sources have also said that James Gunn had nearly put Brainiac in one of the Superman post-credits, which I thought we knew anyway, to be fair. So I would imagine that, and as it's speculated, I'd imagine that would be put into, you know, the Supergirl post-credit scene. So Gunn had earlier told the Hollywood Reporter that he was working on the script for the next chapter in the Superman saga, which he was not calling Superman 2, when he posted on X in late September that he had finished the script. The cover page in the photo featured an image of the human brain, and everyone was like, oh, it's Brainiac then. Basically. So taken together, many felt that could mean Brainiac versus Superman in Man of Tomorrow. So DCU fans also noticed in Gunn's post a devil and an angel emoji and a handshake in between, which is there. Which, yeah, I mean, it's like enemies come join forces to fight a bigger foe. Unwitting team-ups, I keep saying unwilling. Unwitting team-ups are fun. They are fun. They could be good. So, according to Entertainment Weekly, Gunn told Howard Stern, it's a story about Lex Luthor and Superman having to work together to a certain degree against a much bigger threat. I don't know. Is it too soon to introduce Brainiac? That's my question. What do you think? Let me know down below. So with Hulk confirmed to return for Man of Tomorrow after appearing as Luthor in Peacemaker, fans speculated as to what sort of threat would motivate the supervillain to team up with Superman, his greatest foe. And the rap asked Gunn, who said, a pretty pronounced one, Brainiac. So who is Brainiac, for those that don't know? Super intelligent android from the planet Kolu, with no regard for organic life, qualifies as a pretty pronounced threat. Plus his cosmic origin lends itself to an introduction in Supergirl, sorry. According to Variety, the movie has Supergirl travelling across the galaxy where she could conceivably encounter Brainiac and then presumably he'd like follow her back. Maybe? I'm going to guess. I always liked his mini cities that he did. He like blew planets up, but he'd always take a city from those planets and like have a mini enclave of a extinct race now, I guess. It's interesting. It is interesting. So sources also told Nexus Point News that makeup and prosthetics will be used for the film's antagonist. In addition, actors with a strong build and stature are being looked at for the role. I mean, it fits Brainiac, doesn't it? So what's people saying, basically? How are people feeling about it? You know, these aren't like fans, but Chris Gore said Brainiac being confirmed for Man of Tomorrow, said, am I excited? I'm excited to see Brainiac, but not... I feel sad saying this. I'm not excited to see what's next in this universe, especially after Peacemaker Season 2. I've not seen Peacemaker Season 2. Lots of people didn't like Peacemaker. They liked the first one. They didn't like Season 2. So maybe that'll put a dark cloud over things. This has 50,000 views. 14 comments. Not exactly a good amount of comments. People aren't... They're sort of liking it, but sort of not. Good to see this confirmed. Can't wait to see this on the big screen. Based on the article, Gunn didn't confirm anything. No, that's very true. So how did you exclusively learn about Brainiac if Gunn never mentions his name? Fair. It's massive news. Superman, Lex Luthor team up. Blah, blah, blah. These it'd be incredible. Yeah, some people really like it. Some people don't. Remember these designs for the Skull ship in Superman Lives? I hope they can top these. That's cool. That's some really nice design work there. Jesus. Yeah, his ship's quite interesting. Obviously, it's a Skull ship, so... two of the dumbest versions of the characters will face off against the dumbest version of Brainiac. This will be epic, yeah. So there you go. I mean, what else do you say, right? Brainiac is the future of the DCU, I guess. Will he be a one and done? Hopefully not. I feel like comic book movies have a real problem getting villains in and out straight away again. To the detriment of, you know, of the final product, basically. So there you go. What else do you say, really? It is what it is. I'd love to hear your thoughts, though, so drop it down below. Take care. Bye-bye now.